Pretty high flooding risk north of Knoxville, really for those along the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. Numerous reports of flooding that Ella talked about just a few minutes ago from yesterday. And now even more rain has fallen and is still falling at this hour. So downpours continue. That risk for flooding, again, pretty high for the northern part of our area. So there is a good chance if you live along the Tennessee-Kentucky state line, you were either woken up or to a flash flood warning at some point this morning. Numerous flash flood warnings in effect. So the back edge of the heaviest rain is to 75 right now, so starting to dry out through Oneida and Pine Knot, but still embedded downpours, especially to the east. So just travel carefully if you have to this morning, and keep in mind, if you see a flooded roadway, always remember, turn around, don't drown. There is a risk for some minor urban street flooding, seeing downpours right now through Knox County down into Blount and Sevier counties. Also, gusty winds are still around, and it is pouring rain through Blount and Monroe County this morning. Eventually, this brunt of the system is going to push further to the east, and we will start to dry out slightly through the afternoon. Road conditions this morning, the area of most concern, again, north of Knoxville. We have reports of flooding from yesterday, landslides as well. Likely conditions are getting worse just because of the heavy rain that's moved through. So if you don't necessarily have to travel, just a good idea to stay home at least until the sun comes up, because it can be really difficult to see a flooded roadway because it's obviously more challenging to see because the sun isn't up yet. Winds are still pretty strong. We had a gust of 58 miles per hour in Knoxville as that front moved through. We're still gusting 30 to 40, even close to 50 in parts of the valley. And those stronger winds continue at higher elevations of the Smokies. High wind warning is still in effect. We could see winds 60 to potentially 70 miles per hour, and still area-wide gusts of 45 miles per hour with locally higher winds, especially as that front continues to pass through the area. Temperatures are dropping off. We were well up into the 60s just a few hours ago ahead of that front. Now we're in the 50s, and we will see temperatures continue to drop as we head through the afternoon. So pretty high rain chances for this morning. Then through the afternoon, we'll see spotty rain and snow showers as we get cooler. So dress for the 40s this afternoon, and eventually we'll see temperatures tumble even beyond that. So 8 a.m. here, still a few lingering showers, but the heaviest rain has pushed well to our east. Cooler air continues to filter in. Notice how some snow develops across the plateau in Kentucky and in the Smokies. That northwest flow will continue as we head into the evening and into the overnight hours. So a chance at some light snow, even maybe a flurry or two here in the valley, but this is mainly going to be a higher elevation, isolated opportunity for a couple of light snow showers. We'll be drier by tomorrow morning. Less than an inch, a spotty coating at best on cooler surfaces such as the grass across the plateau in southeast Kentucky. Highest peaks of the Smokies, we could get closer to an inch, potentially upwards of 2 inches if we really see that flow increase through the evening and into tonight. Temperatures drop off, 20s out the door tomorrow morning. It'll be quite chilly across the area. Highs only getting to the 40s, so it is cooling down and returning back to a bit below average temperatures. Tuesday also looks dry, so Monday and Tuesday featuring a dry, cool weather, but then even colder conditions will move in for the end of next week. We are going to return back to more January-like standards. It is going to be quite chilly, and as this colder air moves in, it's going to lead to another chance for a storm system to move through. We haven't had much of an opportunity to discuss this, but there is a chance that we see some snow Tuesday night into Wednesday. In fact, it's looking a bit more likely each day with each model run. So right now we'll call it pretty confident that we see some snow in part of the area, especially the higher elevations. But there is an opportunity that we could see a couple of inches of accumulating snow. So keep in mind, there is a chance for some travel impacts Tuesday night into the day on Wednesday. This system will be battling some warmer air though, so I do expect a changeover at some point to a wintry mix. You can see the high for Knoxville, at least on Wednesday, is 38. So that's too warm to say all snow, but that's the next system we'll be watching once we combat the flooding risks that we have for this morning. After that, it's cooler. Morning lows down into the teens, highs only in the 30s, so some much cooler conditions are on the way.